Oh, this thing's not coming on. Hello, hello, hello. You're returning to the episode of The WunderkindShow live. Sorry about that, guys. The mic went off. So what's good? We are here. It's the WunderkindShow morning show. Yup, every Monday and Tuesday morning show. Mr. Sip the Talent. How you doing, Coach? Zeke, what's good, baby? Hey, just to let y'all know, on this Monday morning, the Bills lost. Yo, bro, Bills fans are distraught. They're in hurting. They're in pain. Oh, the pain. Oh, my back, my neck, and my back. Hilarious. Listen, let me tell you something right now. I found myself basking in the ambience of their loss. How could you not? The way that they was talking spicy. Y'all barely beat us. Y'all beat us to literally get humbled by the Chiefs on their turf for the world to see. And he's not getting MVP. They thought they were going to the Super Bowl, bro. Like, they was talking real. Look at this. Since I was laughing at you in that space last night. Bro, like, yo, Coach, I'm being real with you, man. At this point, we need to go donate to the Kincaid Foundation. They don't like it. See what I'm trying to say? And for anybody that wants to say anything, that, to be fair, that was a very catchable pass. Extremely catchable pass. Extremely catchable. I don't like the guys that are legit make those catches. Kelsey makes that catch. Everybody on Kansas City makes that catch. Xavier Worthy makes that catch. So I don't want to hear Bill say, oh, it was such a hard catch. Nah, Kincaid sold for y'all, bro. Because for one, he didn't even have to fling himself to do that. When he stopped, the ball was coming down. He tracked it wrong. Yo, bro, I love it. Like, yo, now they real mad, big mad. Adi said the same thing last night. Facts, bro. Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you this right now. We're gonna start this morning show off the right way. For one, good morning. It's Monday. Hope everyone's day is starting off great. Mine is, but we're first gonna talk about this. The Philadelphia Eagles absolutely destroy, demolish, humble, disintegrate the Washington Commanders. Man, jeez. And the crazy thing was, it was a punt basically. Oh yeah, hey yo, coach, fact, coach, talk that talk. And they were talking about it's an arm punt. Oh, what are they gonna say now, bro? This is a Monday morning. Let me calm down. Woo-sa. Okay, let's do it. And they looked absolutely pitiful while losing. But whatever. The Philadelphia Eagles absolutely trounced the Washington Commanders. Now, I know some people, this game, even though the laughter side of me had more joy watching the Buffalo Bills go 0-4 to the Chiefs in the playoffs, right? But this one held more to me based on the Ravens itself. Because this team is exactly why I get mad at the Baltimore Ravens. We're going to get into that. Everybody, I talk as clear as possible when I say things. You might not like everything that I say, but I remain as honest and as truthful as possible. Like, I'm telling 100% truth as I get it. And if there's any change, I'll let you know if there's a change. I told y'all before that their GM is the best GM in football. There's a reason. Big Grumpy with a $10 donation. Can I get a 3? Nitro Thunder slants for the taste of the Bills' tears. Better luck next time. I got you, bro. Oh, Josh, good morning. KK, good morning. Deion Dawkins, double slap because you're so round. What's up? I got you, bro. They got to catch these hands. Whoa, man, it's a good morning. It's a good morning. God is good. And all the time, God is good, yes. Bro, but Harry Roseman, this guy that the GM for them, has been absolutely amazing. Imagine getting the best player from your rival's team, even though you have an amazing running game, and adding him to the pieces that you already have. Have you ever noticed that with Philly, enough is never enough? They're like, bro, we can get better. We can make this better. I wish Raven fans and the Raven front office thought the same way. I told y'all this. The O-line was terrible. Terrible. But everyone's like, oh, they're all right. They're okay. We're going to make it anyway. And now the reports and stuff are coming out. Ronnie Stanley is one of the worst left tackles this year. Y'all know that, right? How the heck did Falele make a Pro Bowl? Coach, you're in the chat. How many plays did Falele mess us up on and cause drive stalling plays? How many? Linderbaum? How many? Voorhees? How many? Wow. There is not one position on the O-line that you could say the Baltimore Ravens are either equal or better than them at. And just for anybody that wants to say anything, hold on. Winstone with Chronicles with a $10 donation. He said he wanted 3 more. I got you. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Holy Spirit's in this place. I got you. But look, I had to give you 3 more. $10 donation. Thank you so much, sir. Too many to count, right, Coach? Too many to count. Let me tell you this right now. Coach, you're in here so you can tell me if I'm right or wrong. Right? Because to be fair, I watch tape, but Coach, that's all he does. He bing, 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 and that's all he does is watch tape. If our guards, not even our tackles, if our guards played true complementary football on the O-line, am I lying to suggest Derrick Henry winning a rush for about 23, 24, 2,500 yards? Am I speaking in hyperbole when I say those statements? I bet you coach are going to be like, nope. You know how many drive stalling plays is on the offensive line? The same offensive line that y'all remember before the year started, I was on that, bro, trade these draft picks. I want O-line. Everyone, no, monsieur, no. Insulti Kolaki, Usati subtitles. We believe in our picks, and the picks is what we do. It's crazy, bro. And then they get rewarded because what you have is a generational talent in Lamar, generational talent in Derrick Henry. So what ends up happening is they mitigate all of their mistakes, so they still make plays. So what you have people saying is, well, how could they run so good if the O-line is bad? How did Barry Sanders run so good? He didn't have, what's his name, on the Dallas Cowboys O-line. Could you imagine Barry Sanders behind an O-line like that? There's a reason why Barry Sanders had to make all those highlight plays. As soon as he gets the ball, he's getting hit by 2 people. He got all dodging out of the way like he's Ultra Instinct. Matrix Neo. There's a reason. Because his O-line was tread dash. They were trash in my heart. My loneliness is calling me. Yo, I can have Beyonce sing it for y'all. That's the problem with the Ravens. And mind you, you have Lamar who literally changes up the numbers game on the line because you always have to account for wherever Lamar is or where he might go. You notice how all of these other quarterbacks can be game managers? That's including Mahomes. They could be game managers because everybody else on the team does their job. The O-line does their job. The receivers do their jobs. The Kansas City Chiefs are so good, they even got the refs doing their jobs for them. To be fair, Josh was over that line. I'm not one of those people that just, to be fair, he was dead serious over that fourth down. But boy, did I laugh. Boy, did I laugh. Like, Linderbaum got to bulk up. He got to get stronger. Linderbaum has to get stronger. What do we do with Ronnie Stanley? The problem we're in with Ronnie Stanley is he's nowhere near elite anymore, right? But left tackles are so hard to come by. Do you get rid of him? Now, what I would do, coach, anybody else here that watches a lot of tape, tell me if I'm wrong. What I would do is use them 12 draft picks that we got, move up and get a legit left tackle, and move Ronnie to right tackle. Would I be wrong to say that or believe that that could be a possibility? Because that's how I would do it. I don't think Ronnie, like people are gonna say that Ronnie outpriced himself out of Baltimore, but at the same time, how many teams are gonna take a chance on Ronnie with his injury history? Let's just be real. I would give him a fair deal, move him to right tackle. Move everything I can to get a left tackle, a starting left tackle. We've seen what happened with the Detroit Lions when they got their left tackle. Right? That's what I want to do. Moving on up to the east side, all the way up there to where we're not supposed to be. Get a strong left tackle, and then we move on from there. What we need is O-line. We need corner. Like, I'm going to be real with you, bro. Like I don't know. You mean I don't know? Bro, are you saying you don't know if Ronnie can play right tackle? I don't know if he's capable because some guys on left tackle can't like pivot off that other foot properly. That's why I'm asking the guys I watch tape if they've ever seen anything with Ronnie working right side. But for me, I would wonder if that's possible. Zeke Okai can say facts. Like Eagles know how to build a team. Zeke, it's factual. They do. Because they didn't win, everyone's like, oh, yeah, who cares? Like, what? Okay, Sit to Tally. All right, Coach, that's Coach. For anyone that doesn't know, that's Coach. Go check out his channel, Sit to Tally. He always does film breakdown. He said, I'd keep Ronnie at left and get guards. He'd get guards. Look, I get it. The guard position was so horrendous that we were begging for Cleveland to play. I want y'all to understand something. Our guard play was so horrendous that Ravens flock in a consensus hole was like, bro, where's Cleveland at? We don't care if his name's Cleveland. We'll change it to Baltimore. Get Ben Baltimore out here. Like, let him try. And this is my problem when I say with Harbaugh, right? Philly has made it now to 3 Super Bowls in 10 years. 3. And they fired 2 of their head coaches. Harbaugh has allowed Brandon Stevens to stay on the field. Have y'all seen Brandon Stevens' film? Is it good? No. He's allowed Falele to stay on the field. Is his film good? No. And he's given chances and more opportunities to Ajabo. Was he good? No. Hasn't he been on the bench? Yup. Has he been getting beer DNPs? Yes. Did they allow him to play in the divisional round where he absolutely did nothing except gain penalties? Yup. And I'm supposed to feel good about Harbaugh? That junk is crazy to me. Like, he's willing, like, the ego of something. You know, listen, the only coach that I've seen have an ego like that is Bill Belichick. Remember, Bill Belichick lost a Super Bowl because he did not start his starting corner because of something the starting corner did. But people let Bill off because they're like, well, Bill won like 6 or 7 titles, so he gets the pass. Harbaugh won 1. What pass is he getting? Like, bro, no. Like, that's what my mentality is when it comes to Harbaugh, this whole situation. We have Lamar Jackson, who is literally he's legendary. Like, we forget even once in a generation, we might never see another Lamar Jackson. A guy that could legit run for 1,500 yards and throw for 4,000 plus yards while completing 66, 67% of his passes and gaining 40 plus touchdowns. He's the only person in NFL history that we've seen capable of those feats. We're not talking about tushy pushies where a whole bunch of men get behind you, grab a hold. I mean, they grip a whole part of your butt cheeks and go, ho, and they start pushing for touchdowns. That's what they got over in the Buffalo Bills. They do that in Philly. We're not talking about that. We're talking about a guy that can literally take over a game with his elusive and electric ability of not only just escaping the pocket, but major big plays, causing defensive breakdowns, play after play, game after game, consistently. And we're wasting it. How can Baltimore Raven fans feel good about us actively wasting a career like Lamar Jackson's? He's about to, listen, let's take a step back real quick. Let's be honest about this. We're all Raven fans here. How many of you guys prayed? I'm talking prayed while listening to Kirk Franklin. You know what I'm saying? For a QB that could complement our defense properly. How many bad games did we watch Joe Flacco have in the regular season? If you take away the magical run from Joe Flacco, what was Joe Flacco? What was all the other horrendous quarterbacks that we've had on this team? Think about it. We prayed to finally get a guy like a Lamar Jackson, and we get him, and we're like, and let's waste him. Bro, I can't live like this, bro. I can't live like this. The truth with a $5 donation. Yes, the problem is management. For then the head coach, EDC never goes for the best player. It's always the best value. That's their real problem. I'm going to be real with you. Who's a whoa. Oh, Money Mike, you're saying a mediocre QB. Yes, Joe Flacco. You feel what I'm trying to say? Shout out to you, Truth. You know what I'm saying? Look, we have wasted year after year. Do you know we're closer to year 10 of Lamar than we are to year 1? Y'all know that, right? We watched other teams' defenses give their offenses back the ball with turnovers. When's the last time you've seen muff snaps in the playoffs outside of the Ravens? Let it be in snow. Let it be in rain. Huh? Happens to the Ravens all the time. Happens to them all the time. More horrendous offensive line play than the Ravens. Please enlighten me. More wasted clock management opportunities than the Ravens. Tell me I'm lying. If I'm lying, tell Nitro now you lying. And we can discuss it. There hasn't been none. Offensive line, clock management, snaps. Name another team that has done those more. And that's the frustrating part being like a Raven fan, because it's like we finally got what we need. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pivot to this even crazier to say what we need, having what we need. We have Isaiah Likely. Everybody that watches this show, from the time we drafted him, I've been telling everybody how good Isaiah Likely is. You can go ask Lunch Break Hot Take. You can ask Coach. You can ask Ing, Raven. Shout outs to each one of those brothers. Raven C, Rogue Pot. I've been singing the praises of Likely from the time we drafted him. I said he is the missing link. He could be everything we need. I'm telling y'all, he's nice. We watch Likely take leap after leap after leap in this game. We've watched Likely be unstoppable. And you know what our team said? We got Mark Andrews. We're good. But I've told this before. Y'all notice when it's up tempo, when it's time to up tempo, go up tempo and try to score in the fourth quarter. You notice how Lamar goes to Likely? There's a reason. Not only is his hands consistently great, he can attack all three levels of the defense. Deep ball, mid ball, short ball. He's good with the balls. Pause. Big pause. You feel what I'm trying to say? Like, name a play right now that you remember Isaiah Likely being stopped by the first tackler. Name it, please. Tell me if you remember it. Please. Isaiah Likely, from everything, has never been brought down by the first person. It always takes the second or third, or a conglomerate of different defenders coming together to wrestle him down to the ground. But guess what? We don't use him like that. We don't feature him like that. Explain to me why. Mark Andrews is going to go down as one of the greatest Raven players of all time. That's factual. You cannot take anything away from him. He will be in the Ring of Honor when he hangs up his cleats. Congratulations. And you got your money. You make generational wealth for you and your. I'm truly happy for him for that. But now you have a guy that has not only surpassed him, you are actively suppressing to appease Mark Andrews. I got a problem with that. Philly is playing the best players that they can find. They are taking the best players from other teams, and these other teams are so quick to discard, and adding them to theirs. Enough is never enough with them. Why can't the Ravens do the same thing? Are you going to try to tell me they're not getting the value from all of those players? Is that what you're going to try to tell me? They're not getting the value from that offensive line. They're not getting the value from Saquon Barkley. They're not getting the value from their wide receivers, their tight end, their coaching, their quarterback. Look, man, it's crazy. Nasty work. Nasty work. Look. EDC drafted Isaiah. I'm not saying he's horrible because he's drafted Isaiah. He's drafted Hamilton. He's had some hits. He's had some hits. Let's like that's called context. You feel me? Like some people will just talk bad about somebody. That's not the way I do things. EDC has had some great hits. The problem that I have is that those other players, right, that he could get, he doesn't get. Because for all of the theatrics that the fandom, meaning the fan base, puts up about, whatever they do in EDC, we trust in everything else, and how EDC preaches how we need these draft picks, they'll never use them to get a proven player. A player that it's not even guesswork. It's a player that it's like, we know he's great. He's proven it. But on the defensive side of the ball, they'll do it. We've missed out on defenders probably twice, 3 times for the entire time I've been a Raven fan. And I've been a Raven fan for 20 years. You feel what I'm trying to say? Like, and that's my problem. That's my problem. Like, when you see great players, go and get them. If you're like, yo, this draft don't even got that much talent, but he's like, oh, but the value is we're trying to win. Because let me show you how this changes up, right? When you win a Super Bowl, everybody's value on that team gets turned up a notch. Why do you think it's so hard to keep Super Bowl winning teams together? Because everybody poaches everybody that they conceive or consider to be talent. That's called facts. You can't even argue that. That's one of the biggest reasons it's hard to keep a Super Bowl roster, because everybody says, oh, mine, and everybody's trying to take away from what you got. Coaches, players, staff, Everybody gets poached. The only people they ain't doing that to is Kansas City for some reason. But all the rest of us, they get poached. Players get new deals. The third, fourth receiver on a lot of the Super Bowl teams get big contracts other places. So if you want value, win the Super Bowl, and then you could trade guys for even more picks. Reverse engineer it. But it's like, no, Nitro, no, we don't do that. No. We're going to use all 12 or 11 picks, and we're going to get guys that we believe in. And then when those picks from the third round down don't work, you'll hear excuses from the fan base saying what? Oh, but they were a 5th round pick. They were a 6th round pick. 7th round pick. 13th round pick. 20th round pick. Who cares? And y'all know I'm being facetious. Like, it's like, come on now, bro. Like, if you don't take them seriously either, why not package them to get a true guy? Listen, and that's why I don't believe. That's why I said the media is so powerful. Because you notice how when the Ravens win, it's because of everybody on the team doing their jobs and being excellent. But it's like, no, it's because you have Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson, who's erasing all of the mistakes and problems. And Hamilton and Marlon Humphrey was doing on the defensive end. Literally. The Troop with a $5 donation. Yes. Howie and Veach aren't cheap. Chiefs 5 Super Bowl in 7 years. Eagles 2 Super Bowls in 3 years. EDC 0 Super Bowls. Simple EDC value cheap GM. Look, people will push back on it because we spend right up to the cap. Like every year. But a lot of times it's not about, you know what I'm saying, just spending. It's how you spend that money. It's how you allocate those funds. Like there's guys on this team, like straight up that did not, like, this is why I'm saying the Ravens got to be having more pull than they say. There is no way on God's green earth that Falele should be a Pro Bowler. Like there's none. I'm a real Ravens fan. If you're asking me who I think are true like Pro Bowl, All-Pro players on this team for this year, Patrick Ricard, Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry. That's the offense. Defense, Hamilton, Humphreys. That's it. Like Roquan wasn't amazingly great this year. Shout out to Zay Flowers for becoming the first Pro Bowler. But I'm not gonna lie to you, like, I'm just being real. I said for this year. I'm not taking a shot at Zay. Zay's nice. So's Bateman. But if I'm like, bro, like this is what I'm trying to say when you talk in context. Look at the other receivers in the AFC. I'm just being real, man. I can't, like, I don't understand the Ravens sometimes. I really don't. I really don't. And Raven fans will see everything that's happening, get mad about it. Then it's like it's like their program will kick in once draft time starts. It's like, we don't want this, we want this. And then as soon as draft time starts, it's like purple, shade, EDC's always right, Harbaugh's our coach, we are Raven fans. And usually tears running down their eyes because they're in the sunken place. Like nasty work. For anybody else that's wondering exactly what I'm talking about, because look at this. Look at this real quick. I saw this last time. 3 touchdowns for Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley. How many carries does Saquon Barkley have? Oh. I want to make sure you know. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure I know. Because sometimes people don't, you know what I'm saying, they say stuff and you can't really break it down even worse. It's like, what? And to show you how crazy this is, right? It's not even like he had crazy amount of receiving yards either. Brown led all the receivers with 6 receptions for 96 yards and a touchdown. Goddard had 7 receptions for 85 yards, 0 touchdowns. And Devontae Smith had 4 receptions for 45 yards. Mind you, the Eagles have paid Barkley, paid Hurts, paid Antonio, paid Brown, paid Goddard, paid Devontae, what's it called? And they still got money for all the defenders. Please explain to me how they're doing it, and you're telling me that we can't. Just being real. Just being real. And they play their best players. We spend on potential, not talent. Facts. Boy, wonder EDC in this organization overpay the defense, but bargain bin shop for the offense. Super facts. Money Mike, can the Eagles afford Hurt, Saquon, AJ Brown, Devontae, and Slay? They already did. They've paid all of them. They all got new contracts. Like, what are we doing here? Like, yo, that's the crazy thing. They've done all of that. So when I see a team able to do that, you can't tell me that ours can't. And they fired their coaches. So I don't want to hear it. We need a big body beastie receiver like Savion from TCU. Okay, I don't know. I never watched any tape on Savion, just to be on. I'm not going to lie to you guys. So Don Royal facts. Kev T, Money Mike, and they paid their whole offensive line too. Bro, it's nasty work. The truth. When you give players extensions, it saves you money on the cap. When you let the player become a free agent, it's more of a cap hit. Facts. Because you can always put that money down the line and finagle it. Play around with it. Big Grumpy Nitro, big dog. People do not like to hear the truth. Facts! But I got to keep giving the truth. I got to keep giving the truth. We're cheap. That's why. Branos. Savion Williams, man. We need a 6'5" dude. I'll watch the tape. I have never watched tape on Savion. I'm not going to lie to you guys and tell you I did when I didn't. So I'll check him out. Nitro, what up, my guy? You're absolutely right. Thank you, J Killer. Boy Wonder, 11 Pro Bowlers. Half of them get Pro Bowl spots based off of popularity and reputation. The media don't follow this team week to week. If they did, they'd see and know how mediocre some of these guys really are. Facts. And that's what I'm saying. Like, there's no way that you can look at Filele and say he even deserves an alternate spot. There's no way. No way. At this point, if people still believe the Ravens organization BS about not having money, I don't know what to tell y'all. Yeah, Zay made Pro Bowler deservingly so. He had the same amount of yards as BTJ and Garrett Wilson with less targets, less catches. The EDC disrespect is crazy. Habitual line stepper. Let me look. Zay Flowers is an ascending talent. Nobody is saying Zay is not great. They're not. I'm not saying that Zay is not going to be a number one day or anything like that. What I'm saying is that there are guys, like I can legit in front of Zay Flowers, I can name 10 better receivers off the top of my head. Like, and that's just being real. So that's all I'm saying. What I'm saying is that we never get the elite of the elite. Only when it comes to defense. And even if we do have great players, we refuse to play them because we don't want to pay them. Like, if Likely right now went off for 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns this year, the Ravens would have to pay him. They don't want to pay him. So they try to keep that price. I'm like, oh, well, you're great in everything. You do what we need you to do. But, I mean, it's not like you're having 1,300-yard seasons. And they can use that against him in negotiations. I'll keep saying this. Likely is a starting tight end on at least 29 out of the 32 NFL teams. Let you know now. Like, legit, he's tight end one. You'll make, like, on other teams, it's because some guys have been there and been great for so long or ascending talents on other ones. Like, but on the other teams, he's number one. We got guys on this team, Keaton Mitchell. Could you imagine what Andy Reid would do with Keaton Mitchell? Could you imagine what Andy Reid would do with Isaiah Likely? And we don't use them how they need. Justice Hill's been nice. Justice Hill, shout out to Justice Hill. Like, man, talking about just an all-around threat he's turned himself out to be. Justice Hill, to me, is the perfect complement to Derrick Henry. Kitty Kelsey Bowers. I just said 29 out of the 32. And I don't think right now Kelsey's better than him, but because he has the pedigree and all of the success, he would start over Likely. So Likely, Kittle, because Kittle's been great for a long time, and Bowers is an ascending talent. So 29. I wasn't lying. That literally is 29. Yo, Likely is my number one. He's our best receiving option. As a receiving option, Likely is better than Bateman. He's better than Zay Flowers. That's not even, I don't even know how you even argue that. I don't know how you argue that. Like, I don't know how you argue that. Like, how? Look at some of these guys. Man, Jamar Chase, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Malik Neighbors, Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, Garrett Wilson, DJ Moore. Like, there's some dudes, bro. Devontae barely played like that this year, and he still had 1,000. Terry McLaurin. Tyreek Hill. Puka Nacua. Cortland Sutton. Like, bro. Oh, it's crazy work. But let's move on. Y'all saw exactly what I was saying with that. To this. Yes! The Kansas City Chiefs humble the Buffalo Bills. And I'll be real with you. After all of the stuff that the Buffalo Bills have said about Lamar Jackson, the racist stuff, and even when they tried to hang Patrick Mahomes, they were hanging him with a noose and stuff like that. Like, bro, I don't want to hear nothing from them. I'm glad y'all ain't win. Matter of fact, I'm so glad. I'm going to praise God in front of y'all. Oh, Buffalo. God said, ride coming before the fall. Y'all made the call. You thought your QB stood tall. You thought your team was gonna ball. Y'all were being a little disingenuous to our intelligence. You tried to take shots, cast the first stone, but David got the stone. Yes! Now that I got that out of the way, I don't feel sorry for them at all. Not even this much. Buffalo has been speaking so crazy from the MVP race, and they made it extremely racial. They took shots at the fan base, all those things. And you think I'm going to feel sorry for how this ended up for them? No, not even this much. Get Lamar a true number one. Look, listen, you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy, Money Mike? Watching Lamar get Derrick Henry, the league said it was cheating. Imagine that getting a comparable guy that is literally on the decline of his career when it comes to Lamar Jackson is cheating. It's nasty work. Yo, imagine getting Lamar actually some help and you got everybody screaming it's cheating. Mind you, all of these teams had the opportunity to sign a Derrick Henry. You know what they all said? He was washed. That's what they said. Y'all remember how bad I wanted Derrick Henry? I know you guys remember. What did I tell you guys? I said if we get Derrick Henry, you are going to see a run game and a pass game that is going to be legendary. Isn't that not what I told you guys? A lot of people said Nitro, no. I said, all right, we'll see. Watch. And then it happened, and everyone said, oh, it's cheating. Derrick Henry is such a great player. It's like, bro, he was the last running back taken out of the running back market. Like, that's context for you. The Ravens could have been had him. They were hoping that his price came down so they could lowball him. I literally said on this channel, go back and look it up. I said, bro, if you offer him $20 million, he's yours. And they finally offered it to him, and he came right to Baltimore. And there's a lot of fans. I was like, Nitro, you're wrong. He's not going to be great. Then he ends up being great. And everyone now, all the other fan bases is like, oh, this is such cheating. It's not fair. How much help does Lamar Jackson need? And it's like, bro, he's been working with less his entire career. He gets a little help. And they lose their mind. Bro, forget Patrick Mahomes playing with Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce in their careers and in their primes, having Andy Reid as a head coach. Forget Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis for this guy over here, right? But who cares? No big deal, right? Forget all of the weapons that Joe Burrow had. The Bengals cast aside Joe Mixon, and Joe Mixon went all the way over there to Houston and showed just why he's great. And they had him on the roster, and they tossed him aside like, yeah, we got somebody else who's great. That's fine. You're more washed. You're on the downside of your career. And still got 2 number ones. Get out of here, bro. You never hear from their teams like, oh, they have too much. Why are you giving them more? Look at what Tua was throwing to. Yo, bro, I don't hear nothing. Like, nothing. But, they got beat. I will say the Chiefs, man, the refs, the refs earn their paychecks, boy, when the Chiefs play. I'm hoping, honestly, that Philly blows them out of the water. I'm hoping that this is not even a close game. I hope that Saquon goes for $170 for 2 or 3 touchdowns, and Jalen Hurts pushes all the way in for another 2 or 3. I'm hoping that they score 38, 40 points on the Kansas City Chiefs, and then Philly gets the title. I specifically said I wanted, out of the last 4 teams, I wanted Philly to win. That's exactly what I said. So this is working out exactly how I wanted. I'm not putting any team outside of the Ravens. But if I get to pick which team I want to win outside of the Ravens, it's definitely going to be the Eagles. Specifically stating how they've taken shots at Jalen Hurts the way they have. He is one of the most disrespected. Outside of Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts is right there being the most disrespected quarterback. Right? It's like it's Lamar, then you go down about 3 tiers, and it's Jalen, and then it's all the other guys. Those 2 are the most disrespected quarterbacks in the entire league. Lamar is by a mile. But Jalen, it's more like a 75% of a mile. You know what I'm saying? And then everyone else is at not even a mile. Yup, you see how coaches like, I'm rooting for Philly too. Yeah. That, like, forget the coaching staff. Those players deserve it. And that GM deserves it. That GM is such a genius. And just to let you guys else know, they somehow still have money to pay other big free agents. They have a crazy amount of draft picks. So you explain to me how they're able to put a comparable defense, comparable offense, comparable O-line, comparable weapons, comparable playmakers all around their team with comparable coaching, and they keep doing it year in, year out, year in, year out, year in, year out. And somehow we're saying it's impossible because we're in Baltimore. Make it make sense. Eagles been stacked for the last 3 years. I don't want to hear no one complaining about them, but let it be Lamar. Exactly, K-Gang. Exactly. Chosen one, the truth. I think it would rather the Eagles beat the Chiefs. Exactly. I don't want the Chiefs getting no 3-peat. Let the Eagles knock them off. Last year really felt like the Ravens' year to win it all. Yeah. And if we would have did our jobs, we would have had an opportunity for a repeat. Right? But that's how quickly opportunities go out the door. And the sad thing is, we're probably going to keep Mark Andrews. He's going to be trash in the playoffs. Do y'all know that Mark Andrews drops 20% of the passes thrown to him when he's in the playoffs? Y'all know that, right? He's beyond terrible in the playoffs. But we're going to start him and say we believe in Mark. And you know what Harbaugh's going to say? You know why? Because he's a hard worker and he's a nice guy. That's crazy to me. Giovanni Long had it went too quick. I couldn't even read it. What's it called? Let's see. Mighty Mike last year felt like, yeah, it was. Just Chuck. Imagine if we took Xavier Worthy over Nate Wiggins. I like Nate Wiggins. Personally, I like Nate. They could keep Xavier Worthy. But I like Nate Just Chuck. I'm going to be real with you. I like him. What I wanted them to do, the reason why I complain is because I believe that we could have got him. We could have moved up and still got him, but also got offensive line help. That's what I wanted them to do, but they didn't do it. Heck, the Ajabo one, a.k.a. 90, waste of a high draft pick. Exactly. Like, why are you drafting a player with those injuries? Why? The refs weren't that bad to me. Buffalo choked Khalil Bowling. No, they were horrible. Khalil, the refs were trash. Like, I'm telling you that now. I could hate on the Bills, laugh at them, but I'm gonna be real. The refs were terrible. Kev T, the Eagles have done everything the right way with their team. Exactly. If you want a blueprint for a team, you look at the Eagles. They got a mobile enough quarterback with a good enough arm that demands excellence, that is a hard worker and doesn't turn the ball over a lot and can gain the respect of his teammates and coaches. You don't hear them talking bad about Goff. Look how much help Goff has. But, God forbid if Jalen or Lamar has help. Look at all the help that Joe Burrow has had. You don't hear him saying anything. The help that Matt Stafford's had since he's been on the Rams. You didn't hear him say anything. But let it be Lamar or Jalen get help. An actually good team. Oh, look what they need to win. Nasty work. Matt might be number 3. Hurts isn't that good to me. He's a game manager. Listen, I'm be real with you. At this level of the playoffs, when you have a good team, that's your job. Just manage the game. You make the plays when they're there. Don't turn over the ball. What you're asking Lamar to be is Superman every game. The Ravens can't win unless Lamar is playing Superman ball. He can't be a game manager. You want your team so good that your quarterback can game manage. Then 1 or 2 times in the game, he can turn into Superman. But that's all you're really asking, 1 or 2 times. The Ravens are asking Lamar to do that play in and play out. And if he doesn't, they complain. That's crazy to me. Zelly the Ninth with a $5 donation. Yes! Hurts better start getting the same praise as Burrow. 2nd Super Bowl in 3 years. Zelly the Ninth, thank you for that. And that's factual. That's facts. And to make it worse, Jalen had one of the best statistical games in the Super Bowl we've ever seen. So I don't want to hear, he's a game, like he's trash and stuff like that. Jalen had one of the greatest Super Bowl performances we've ever watched. Crazy. EAGLES, Ravens. We should be working on our second chip right now. Facts, Chosen, we should. We should. That's facts. Like, Boy Wonder, I get it, man. They're bailed a lot up by the refs, but most of these teams are. Like, to me, they remind me of the San Antonio Spurs with Tim Duncan. Like, how many, like, and for anybody that doesn't know, like that, because at that, I was a big basketball guy. Like, you ain't, like, oh my God, like, that's the sport I grew up playing. My brother was the one that played football. I was a basketball player. I know you look at the girth, you're like, what? I was a point guard. So that's what I grew up playing. And let me tell you something right now. There was no team that got more calls and more crap games than the San Antonio Spurs. The officiating for them, that's what it reminds me of with the Kansas City Chiefs. I watched a playoff game where Allen Iverson got 0 free throws, and they were bridging him, flipping him, dropping him on his head, literally. There's no exaggeration. I'm not speaking hyperbole. It was so bad that after the game, all the announcers are like, bro, you accidentally fouled that guy. Look at this foul right here. And he didn't call that? Like, that's how bad it was. That's the type of stuff that I see with the Chiefs. And it's ridiculous. If you're good, you're good. Let it play out. The problem is that they're working with, how I feel is a lot of times they like to control narratives because they feel like it's a way for them to make extra money because they control narratives. It's the same thing what happened when the NBA was trying to force Lakers versus Celtics to gain back some of the traction for viewership. KAMD, Simone gotta be telling Mark Andrews to drop those balls at this point. Ain't no way. Bro, gotta be. Like, yo, maybe dropping wide open passes, bro. Nasty. I've been said this. I don't think Andrews is a top 5 tight end because he always chokes in the clutch. Yeah, Vine 100, bro. That's the look John had on his face in the press conference. Second, more like third. There are times Lamar needed to be a game manager. Lamar needs to take what's there sometimes. If he does, listen, it's the same thing with the fumble. We blame Lamar on the fumble, right? And failed to bring up that was a terrible snap. Is that a fumble if the ball is just snapped to him properly and he doesn't have to stretch over it like Michael Jordan in Space Jam? He has to become Mr. Fantastic, a.k.a. Reed Richards? No. But that's what I'm talking about. Imagine if Lamar wasn't Superman. That would have went way past him. That probably would have been returned because they would have pushed him down and then scooped and scored it. There was a documentary on that Spurs-Philly game. Bro, I'm trying to tell you, bro, like, it's crazy. With the ref. That was cheating. Refs have a plan, exactly. Like let the game play out. If you're so great, you don't need the refs' help to do it. The fact that they're bringing Zach or back is crazy work. Shaking my head, yeah. Executives are terrible at crafting stories anyway, even in Hollywood. If the Chiefs three-peat, do you think Mahomes might be the I'm good, somebody else can win it? I don't think Mahomes wins it this year. I don't. I think Philly wins. I thought the playoffs were going to be between Philly and the Ravens. I thought it was going to be an all-bird Super Bowl in New Orleans. I was wrong with the Ravens, but I think the Eagles win. Someone give Tony Romo a tissue box. Yo, Dan Orlowski was probably in the corner crying, having nightmares, curled up in the fetal position. Why? It's not fair. Why? Oh. Nasty, bro. So, yo, this has all been intentional. The coaching staff and organization seems far okay to all these playoff collapses. Yeah, they do. Think about it, bro. You can't tell me. Like, they admitted to changing around the schedule for the Chiefs just so Taylor Swift could be at the games. Like, what? They admitted to that. For anybody that thinks, oh, nah, Nitro, they didn't. Go look it up. They admitted it themselves. Nitro, the NFL wants that new Jordan-LeBron debate in the NBA with Brady and Mahomes. Maybe. But here's the thing. And I want y'all to understand this. I truly believe once Lamar Jackson breaks through, he's getting more than one. I think when I don't compare Mahomes to Michael Jordan. No. He more reminds me of Magic Johnson. That's who Mahomes reminds me of. The team already had good players on it, good coaching, everything else. He comes and takes the team to another level. That's the Lakers with Magic Johnson. They had Kareem on the team before Magic Johnson got there. Kareem got one title more than Magic. But once again, there's a reason why his name was Magic. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I think more Mahomes is Magic Johnson. Slick passing. It almost fits. I think Lamar is more of the Michael Jordan archetype. He does things that the game just really hasn't seen before. Michael Jordan was considered just a dunker, ball hog, scorer. That's the same thing with Lamar. MVPs, multiple MVPs before he won a title. whole bunch of scoring titles and everything before he won a title. And when Scottie Pippen finally became Scottie Pippen, they didn't win it in the first year because remember, Scottie Pippen got, the migraines and everything. It was the year after. And I'm thinking that Derrick Henry is Lamar Jackson, Scottie Pippen. Personally. And I think that once Lamar breaks through, you're going to see multiple championships. And then you're going to have to be like, bro, Lamar got all of these numbers, all of these MVPs. He got 2-3 titles already. He looked like he ain't slowing down. Like Lamar's going to have all of the passing stats that these other guys have on top of having plus 10,000 yards rushing for his career. You know that, right? So you're looking at a totality of a career that will probably be able to be stand up against any quarterback that's ever lived. Just being real, guys. I'm so upset, man. The Ravens should have been in the Super Bowl. Yeah, we should have been in the Super Bowl. It sucks that we're not, but here we are. We move forward. I just love that at least Josh Allen's not in the Super Bowl. I can take solace on that. Who's Dennis Rodman? The worm that gets all the cleanup. That's Kyle Hamilton. That's Kyle Hamilton. That's the worm. Mr. Do-It-All. Gets under the skin. Doesn't look like the toughest player, but is. Like, Kyle Hamilton looked like a babyface killer. Like, he looked like a babyface. He looked like the nicest guy on the defense. He's one of the worst. He just be thumping dudes. Same thing with Dennis. Dennis came with the colorful hair, all the rings and the wedding dress. Talking about some, hello, it's time to play basketball. Shirts, blouses. And he over there grabbing 20 rebounds, 10 points. Like, yo. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not too worried about it. I think we come back next year, and that's what I'm saying. I'm going to be giving y'all content this whole time. There's a lot of content creators going to be giving y'all content because I believe once we win, guys, it's going to be a snowball effect. Because then once the narratives quiet down, it's so hard to get that first monkey off your back. It took Michael Jordan, 7-8 years to win his first title. Yeah, I know that, right? Up in that point, Michael Jordan had like 4 scoring titles, 5 scoring titles up to that point. Like 2 or 3 MVPs. I'm telling y'all. And everyone kept saying that he could do it all, but sometimes you don't have to do it all. And they were looking to build a team around him so that he wouldn't have to do it all, and it still would allow him to still be spectacularly great. Box office. That's Lamar Jackson. It's Lamar. I'm telling y'all. Y'all watch. When Lamar gets that title, bruh, I promise you, I'm going to get to 100K subscribers at that time. You watch. Because I promise you, the way I'm going to be flaming these guys, Bills fans, Dan Orlowski, Stephen A. Smith, all those other guys that said all the crap that they said on Fox Sports. What's his name? Bucky Brook for saying that Lamar should graduate. I'm going to go viral. Acho, the entire Speak panel. Bro, when they call themselves now the facility. Nasty. Nasty work. And if y'all don't know this, see, once again, I'm showing my age. Michael Jordan had more of a urban image when he was younger because he didn't like the short shorts. Michael Jordan was sagging those. For y'all that didn't know that. Y'all forgot the earring in the ear, the big hoop earring. He made that popular. He made guys be comfortable about going bald. Like he was a trendsetter. He was authentically himself. That's Lamar. And now because of that, you're seeing the Jaden Daniels of the world get opportunities. A lot of people didn't believe Jaden Daniels could survive in the league. After seeing Lamar, his biggest comp, they said, oh yeah, okay, we're giving him a shot. Yeah, he could be it. Get out of here. And after Jordan, then all of a sudden it's like we don't have to build a team around a center. Because that's what it used to be. I'm telling you, he's Jordan. He's Jordan. And when he wins, these corporations are going to be begging to put him on cereal boxes and everything. And what else? Raven fans are going to be like, and I'm dead serious. I got a big foot. I got 12. My shoe size is 12. I'm giving everybody the boot on the bandwagon that I've seen jump off. Because you ain't jumping back on. Stay over there. Stay over there. We don't want you. Get my big boots and hit him with that. Hit him with that stomp. Hit him with that.
Finish him, Daddy.
Then came Allen Iverson. Shout out to Allen. It's one of my favorite players of all time. Him and Jordan are my two favorite players of all time. Now we just need our Phil Jackson. If Harbaugh went up, like graduated, and went up into whatever, and had other guys down the field doing his stuff, I think we would already have won, personally. But Harbaugh's not going nowhere. And if we win, despite Harbaugh, he's definitely not going nowhere. Because Harbaugh considers himself like Belichick. So, T-Sizzle was good, man. Was good. Nitro, why did Buffalo go away from James Cook in the second half when Casey couldn't stop him? Wasn't part of the script? Nah. Because, once again, it's not just about like Madden. If you see a team boiling up to stop one person, you play off of that. You counter it. The problem is that the counters that they do don't make no sense. It's the same thing I said with Lamar. If the Ravens, that's why our passing per play was so high. Because if you were going to do everything to stop Derrick Henry, then the play action should be killing. And that's what's happening. The problem is like, why do you go away from the play action if it's killing? The counter is already killing them. They have to follow him. Just use the counter. Now they're overthinking it and trying to make a counter off of the counter's counter and then put it back on the counter. That doesn't make sense. Because a lot of times it's all about overthinking or ego. And some of these coaches want to win a certain way. We've seen it in Seattle with beast mode. Just being real. Listen, I'll tell you a lot of things, but I ain't going to tell you no lies. That's why Seattle lost. Because they wanted to win a certain way, and they went away from it. He got them all the way up to the line. You got 4 chances, and they said, now we ain't giving them one. Nasty work. But it's 10:05. It's been an hour. I hope you guys enjoyed the Wunderkind Morning Show on this bright, lovely Monday morning. But if you have not already done so, check out the Wunderkind Show's Patreon. Check out the Cash App if you want to donate and stuff like that. We're going to be doing the lives on a different channel. I'm letting you guys know that now. I'm going to make a channel separate for the lives. So every Monday morning, every Tuesday morning, every Friday morning, we will be going live. And tomorrow there'll be another live. By next week, the other channel will be up. And that's where the lives are going to be. I will be putting the links and sending it out for everybody to subscribe. And then we can get to the live stuff on the other channel. We're going to build it up really quick. And we're going to use that channel specifically for current events. So all the lives are about current events. So if it's about football, basketball, everything. Heck, I'm going to touch on hockey. All the current stuff, that's what we're going to be talking about on the other channel, is going to be lives. It's not going to be like every day like I'm putting out videos. This channel is going to be for the videos and the football Ravens game lives. But just regular lives is going to be the other channel. And we're going to start that next week. All right? So, and this is going to be a regular thing. Monday, Tuesday, Fridays. Monday mornings, 9 a.m. That's what we're going to do every day. Or that's what we're going to do for those days. You know what I'm saying? But once again, it's an episode of The Wunderkind Show. Thank you guys for showing up for another Wunderkind Morning Show. I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. Please keep the smiles up. I hope I put some smiles on your guys' face to get you through those hard work days. And as always, you guys know my slogan. Peace. And I am out of here. Huh? You know how we do this. Yeah!
Finish him, Daddy.
3, 2, 1. Let it rip!
Finish him, Daddy.